And welcome back, Math Masters, you fabulous fourth graders of Virtual Room 502. We are at lesson 13. Hopefully, you got this before you took your little break. Lesson 13, problem set, grade 4, and module 5, page 156. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm going to do this on a blank piece of paper. You could use your problem set, and you could go ahead and then come back and check to make sure you got it correct. We're going to look at A first. This is problem A on there. And what are our directions? Let's read them really quick because it's always important to read directions. Compare the fractions given below by writing greater than or less than on the lines. Give a brief explanation for each answer referring to benchmarks. Don't give a brief explanation. That's going to take way too long. We could be here. There's so many problems. Some of these are so automatic, you should be getting them A-OK by now. So let's look at A first. We have 3/8. And is it greater or less than 7/12? Okay, let's think about it. What's half of 8? Half of 8 is 4. So 3/8 would be less than 1/2. What's half of 12? 6. So 7/12 would be more than 1/2. So any alligator eats the 7/12. Let's go to B. B is 5/12. Is it greater than or less than 7/8? Well, think about this. Like we just said, half of 12 is 6. So this is less than 1/2, right? It's 5/12. Half of 8 is 4. So this is greater than 1/2. So 7/8 is greater than 5/12. We need 7/12 to get to one whole. We only need 1/8 to get to one whole there. Now, here's where you should be able to do this one on your own. We have 8/6 and 11/12. And let's remember, if the numerator is larger than the denominator, it is greater than a fraction where the numerator is less than the denominator. So you decide if it's greater than, less than, or equal. Well, we know that this is greater than 1. This is less than 1. Ding, ding, ding. That's greater than. Let's go to D. D is 5/12, and is it greater or less than 1/3? Well, I know 12 divided by 3 is 4, right? So 1/3 would be equivalent to 4/12, and this is greater. This is 5/12. So Annie Alligator would eat the 5/12. Now, this one requires a little more explanation. Let's think about it. And you could be copycats if you have room on your paper to do this. Let's make thirds. 1/3, 2/3, and there we go. And I will color this in with a pretty pink to show 1/3. Now, what if we were to break these thirds into 12ths? Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I should have 12 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm showing 5/12. There was 1/3. 1/12, 2/12, 3/12, 4/12, and 5/12. And what would the halfway point be? It would be 6/12. So we can see that 5/12 is greater than 1/3. Let's go to E. 7/5 or 11/10. Here's one where we're going to have to use our number bonds. I think. Let's see what happens. Okay. I have 5/5. How many more fifths do I need to get to 7? 5, 6, 7. That's 2/5. Over here, I have 10/10. How many do I need to get to 11? 1 more, so 1/10 more. Is 2/5 larger than 1/10? You betcha. This is 1 2/5. This is 10 1/10. Any alligator chomps that one down. Let's go to the letter F, and it is 5/4 greater than or less than 7/8. You should have a clue right here. You should totally know what this is because look here, looky here. Look here. The numerator is larger than the denominator, and this one, the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So this is greater than 1. This is less than 1. Chomp, 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 and there you go. Let's go down to G. We have 13 twelfths and 9 tenths. Go ahead and do this one on your own. Don't even bother pausing. You should know right away because there's something about that numerator. Yeah, the numerator in 13 twelfths is larger than the denominator. And this one, this numerator is smaller than the denominator. So this is 1 and 1/12. This isn't even 1. Any alligator eats that. We're having the same situation in H, 6 eighths and 5 fourths. Look here. Now, numerator smaller than the denominator, less than 1. Numerator greater than the denominator, more than 1. You know where any alligator's going to go to eat. Yep. Let's continue on to I. Aye, Captain. And I is, excuse me, 8 twelfths greater than or less than 8 fourths. Well, once again, you should be able to figure that one out on your own just by looking at the numerator. You got it. This numerator is larger than that denominator. This numerator is smaller than the denominator. Chomp, chomp, chomp. This is greater than 1. This is less than 1. And now our last one is J. And we're looking at 7 fifths or 16 tenths. Once again, it's time to use that number bond. Maybe that's not even enough to help us out. We have 5 fifths is 1. 5 fifths, 6, 7 plus 2 fifths. So I have 1 and 2 fifths. Okay, let's go over here. 10 tenths is 1 plus how many more tenths? 6 to get to 16 tenths. 10 plus 6 is 16, 16 tenths. So this is 1 and 2 fifths, and this is 1 and 6 tenths. What do you think is larger? 1 and 2 fifths or 1 and 6 tenths? Well, let's think about it. We have 3 fifths here to get to 2 and 4 tenths here. 3 fifths. You know what? I think it's time for a tape diagram just to double check on this one. Let's do the fifths first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to color in 2 of these. You agree with me? That's 2 fifths right there. Now, let's make them tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many tenths do we have? We have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so we can see that 6 tenths is larger than 2 fifths. Thank you very much. And the alligator gets to eat 16 tenths. Well, I hope you enjoyed that math lesson. It was kind of a dilly, wasn't it? A lot going on. Yes, so much going on there. Well, Princess Yvonne, you're kind of late in this lesson to help out at all. Not that you really help out much. Oh, I take that as an insult. Well, it was kind of an insult, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. You do provide some entertainment during the math lessons, and sometimes you actually come up with a very good, you're agreeing with me, a very good method of figuring out fractions and whatnot. Yes, I do at that. Do you have any ideas for us? Do you want to reiterate anything today? Kind of do a debrief. I just want to tell the students that if the numerator, the number on top of the fraction, if it is larger than the denominator, the number on the bottom, then it is greater than 1. However, if the denominator, the number on the bottom, is larger than the numerator, the number on the top, then it is less than 1. That's how it works in fraction world. Okay, well, thank you so much, Princess Yvonne. That was a valuable tip to remind us about fractions, when they're greater than 1 and when they're less than 1. So I hope you enjoyed that tip from the one and only Princess Yvonne. Let's get started. Whoops, Princess Yvonne won't go to her home. She just keeps falling off. There she goes. All right. Head on back to the math class with the third graders. If we're already on Moby Max, log on to Moby Max unless you're a Matterhorn bobsled, and we'll see you over there in just a bit. Come on. There we go. And